Welcome to Best Friends Forever. I'm Rhadia, and today I have a very special show for you. I am turning the tables on myself because I want to introduce you to my best friends. And these are my childhood best friends, so I've known them forever. Take a look. It was 1980 in a classroom at First United Methodist Church where I met my dear friend Nikki. Our biggest concerns at the time were learning our ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. Life was very simple then, and friendship just came easily. Just a few years later at Mount Olive Baptist Church, our duo would become a trio when Dawn entered the picture. Hey, ladies.
Hi.
Hey, girl.
Thank you so much for joining. So good to have you.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
Well, I want to go back. I want to go back to like 1980, Nikki. I was thinking that I really don't know a time in my life where you just have not been a part of it. And we met in preschool. I was 3, you were 3. We're only like a month apart in age. And like I said, I can't recall a time where you haven't been in my life. So we're talking 45 years. We're pushing 50 in 2027. And then our duo became a trio. So Dawn, we met at church. We all went to the same church. We sang in the choir. We had summers together. So it's been a long time. We know a lot of dirt on each other. And we've seen the good, the bad, the ugly. So let's get into it. Let's talk about our friendship. Like I said, we were 3, so I don't really know if I had like an impression of you, Nikki. It was just, you were easy to play with. And I've just always loved being in your presence. So tell me, what are some of the things that you love about our friendship?
Some of the things everything. We just clicked from day one. And we just been, no matter how much time comes in between, we just pick right back up and get right back into it. Like we never miss a beat, but we just always clicked. We just always clicked and had just really great times and great vibes together.
And Dawn, what about you?
With me, as far as in church and my first encounter with Rhadia, it was fantastic. I thought, oh my gosh. So now I have a complete set of friends. At that age, you really don't know what friendship is. You don't know about friends. You just know you see people who are your age and they're all girls and you have similar interests. So you expound on that from that foundational period of our childhood. And I think that's where it really set its pace for all of us.
Yeah, and let's talk about some of the interests because we were, when I think about the past 40 plus years of us being friends, it started in the church. We would sing in the choir, the children's choir, and music has been kind of like a steady theme in our friendship. And for me, it started with Whitney because like we were all Whitney Houston, just like completely obsessed. And so music has just been the theme for Nikki and I, Mary J. Blige. I was a Mary freak. I still am a Mary freak to this day. And so we bonded off of Mary's first album was a 411. And I think I played what was a tape. It wasn't even a CD. It was a tape. So, right. And we played that tape over and over and over again. And so, I was thinking about my memories, like favorite memory with you, Dawn. It was my first concert ever. We went to see Whitney Houston. Our
favorite, our girl.
And I literally lost my mind because I was just like, oh my gosh, for my first concert, it's Whitney. And of course, it's Whitney. She was amazing. And that is like my favorite memory that I have with you. And then, like I said, with Nikki, Mary, and I feel like we after school we'd listen to Mary, and we also would go to like the pizza place. What was the pizza place called? Is it Little
Little
Caesars?
Caesars.
So we go
Little
there.
Caesars. Oh, okay.
So yeah, so it was just
Little Caesars for lunch.
yes, for lunch, and you know, if we cut school that day or whatever. And so yeah, it was
Yeah.
just really good times. I feel like music was kind of like the soundtrack. And Dawn, I understand that there is a Prince story that I'm going to be so embarrassed for you to tell, but go ahead and tell the Prince story.
Okay, so the Prince story is that we loved Purple Rain. That movie was the movie Purple Rain was phenomenal. It
And we
was
had no
catalyst.
business watching Purple Rain.
We had
at
no
our
business
age.
watching it as kids. No, we did not. But it was a catalyst to, I guess, our identities, so to speak. You know, who or what we identify with as far as that goes. But you and I, Rhadia, had a little tryst where you wanted to be Apollonia and I wanted to be Apollonia, and it was just a whole thing. But you ultimately trumped and said, I'm Apollonia, and you gave all these reasons. One of them was your hair.
Well, wait, we all had long hair, so I'm not buying
all
that.
had.
We all had long hair.
We did, but your hair was just something different than the rest of ours. Just wasn't the same. Wasn't the same. So it was Apollonia for you, and that was who you more so felt the vibe of. And so, yeah, I was like, okay, she can have Apollonia, but Prince is my husband at the end of the day. So,
Yes.
whether she know it or not.
And Nikki, what about you? What's one of your favorite music memories of either of us?
Well, definitely, you know, Whitney Houston, her 1985 album that
How will I
I
know?
mean, How Will I Know, and The Greatest Love of All, you know, definitely just us girls just harmonizing and just, you know, because
As best we could at that age.
we somehow thought in the back of our minds that we were gonna be, you know, we was gonna be famous one, or we were going somewhere with this. So,
Yeah.
you know, we're singing, and then definitely another group that I remember us really vibing to a lot was In Vogue. That was another
Yes.
one.
Yes.
So when they came out, I mean, their first, even their second album, I just remember us being at Rhadia's grandma's house, and we would just be singing our hearts out, just singing, and we thought we was you know,
In Vogue.
in love, you know, and we was going somewhere with it. So yeah.
You know, when I think
Yeah.
of our childhood, you know, I always tell people I had an amazing, amazing childhood, but also you two are the reason why I've had such an amazing childhood. You know, we've had sleepovers. You know, my grandmother, she would let us have sleepovers. We would have like the slip and slide. It was also called the wet banana, where it's like you just essentially throw yourself on the ground and get splashed with tons of water in the summertime. And so we just had kind of like an idyllic childhood. And, you know, it's morphed into 40 plus years of friendship. I do want to talk about like our personalities, because I do think our personalities has evolved over the years. And, you know, I think I've always been told I've been bossy. Can you guys co-sign that at all?
I can co-sign that.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But you've always been a take charge. Okay, now it's going down like
This
this,
is what we're
or
gonna
oh,
do
we're gonna do
today.
it. We're gonna
This
do
is
it
what we're
like
doing
this,
today.
or
Yeah.
oh, this is what's best.
But
You know,
But in that
that's
same
always been
token, in that same token, at the end of the day, I mean, it was all fun. It was fun for us. you knew that it was going to be fun for us because you knew it was going to be fun for you, Rhadia. So in that same token, you're like, no, my friends are going to have fun with me. I am not here for the summer to just sit around honey's house. I am going to have fun with my friends. And so, yeah, you were take charge, very take charge.
And so,
I remember when she wanted to be a doctor, and she loved to play doctor. And I mean, she loved to do the operations. I remember that.
I forgot about that.
I do remember the
Yeah.
game Operations, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But thank God I didn't go to
Yes.
medical school because that was going to be way too long. But don't have the patience for that. But, you know, all of us, we sang in the church. And one of the things that I love about you, Dawn, is that you have taken this is your profession. This is what you do for a living. And I love to see you doing that. So tell me, how did you transition into being this singer that's known all around town? Tell me about that.
That kind of came and fell in my lap out of the blue sky, so to speak. I've always loved to sing, as you just said, and I've always done that from 5 years old until to today, even. But I started going to shows with someone that was a local talent. His name is Candy Foster. And so I started going to his shows and being involved. One of my cousins sang with him, and she said, just keep me company. I'm bored. Okay. I started singing background with some of those songs, and it just stuck. It just grew into now me singing with the same band, Candy Foster and the Shades of Blue, and also singing with my own band called the Painkillers Blues Band. So it just blossomed over the years. I still have anxiety like I've always had before singing in church, but it's different now when I feel the energy from the crowd and I know I'm doing what I love to do. I shake it off and then I show up and show out.
Well, that's great. I'm so glad
She
to see.
does.
Go
And
ahead.
she
Go ahead,
does.
Nikki.
No, I said she does. I can attest to that. So yeah, she really she amazes me just to watch her, and I'm like, wow, Dawn is really up there just doing her thing, doing her Tina Turner and just getting her, rocking out. I'm like, man, wow, she's got guts.
Well, yeah, one of
Yeah,
the things that I loved last time when I visited was seeing Dawn perform in person. And, I always think of Dawn, when you think about our childhoods, like I said, we all had very distinct personalities. But I would say, Dawn, you're probably like the most sheltered out of all of us. And to just see you completely come out of your shell and you're like very outspoken. I said, oh my God, who is this woman? Like, I love that for you. We all came from, I think good families. And I know, Dawn, you weren't able to, there were only certain people that we could spend the night over. And pretty much it was like just us two, us three. And so our families also have like this shared history. So talk to me about that a little bit more.
Well, I'll say this. I did grow up very sheltered. My dad is overly protective, still to this day, but he kept me away from people that he didn't think I needed to be around. And, it was up to him all the time. So the friends that I had in Rhadia and Nikki, my dad accepted them. He knew their families. My family was connected and intertwined in some way with their families. And it's been a thing of, okay, they're approved. They're approved. It just so happened that we all got along with each other. We all had the same common interests and shares, but our parents loved it. They embraced it. It became an endearment move. So anything we did that if it was like, oh, Rhadia and Nikki is involved, yes, Dawn, you can do that. Oh, sure. Yeah, you can go over, spend a night over with Nikki, and you could go spend a night with Rhadia. I wasn't allowed to spend a night with people. My parents were very, very had me fenced in very tightly. So yeah, a lot of times in my childhood, people didn't really know who I really am until I became an adult and got out of that household and I was able to express myself. So when Rhadia was shocked seeing me perform and just outlandishly doing stuff, she's like, wait a minute, where's your dad? How is she allowed to do this? But it made me feel good because Miss Hersey became my grandma, even though she's your grandma. She became my grandma. Nikki, your mom became my mom. My mom became your mom's. You know, our families became intertwined more than just church. You know, this is probably another topic, but Nikki, you and I talked a lot about our grandmothers. We're very best friends. They supported each other through a very odd generation in life. Yeah. And they found solace in sitting at the fish bank. Two old ladies just sitting there fishing.
Yeah.
You know,
they were two young women growing up, coming, you know, raising children and having children. And yeah, they saw each other have kids and just young women navigating through life and marriage together. Yeah.
Exactly. And so for the family kinship to stem from our grandparents down to us, it was just almost destined if you really think about it.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Especially my brother and your brother were really good friends. So it was almost inevitable that we wouldn't be friends.
Exactly. And then Rhadia, your brother and sister grew up a block, not even a block, half a block away from me. You know,
down the street.
Right down the street, not even a full block, just literally a half a block away. So we've always had that connection, and it was destined. It was destined and ordained for us to be who we are with each other, where we were then, and where we are today. Because even though, you know, the time, the distance, and whatever, we've not talked a lot, we still know who each other is. We know our children. We know our parents. We know each other's everything still to this day in our 40s.
Well, yeah, Dawn, I think you touched on an interesting point because, you know, we have gone periods where we haven't been in constant contact. And then also I moved away when I was still in elementary school, but I would come back and see my grandmother. So I was able to see you guys too. And then, you know, life pulls you in different directions. You know, you move away or, you know, you have a family. We all have kids. You know, there's been marriages, there's been divorces, you know, relationships, all the things that, you know, can put enough stress on you, but then now your friendship. So I think one of the reasons why we have stayed close, and even like I said, if we're not talking every day or even every few months, I think it's that childhood bond and just knowing that you guys were just amazing people and we can just pick literally right back up, even though it's been a few months that have passed. So I'm so happy to even be reconnected with you, Dawn, after all these years, because literally we have not skipped a beat at all.
Not a beat.
Yeah.
Not one single beat, but you know, but back to how, you know, my parents and whatnot. My dad is definitely the ruler of the home. He always has been. And if he likes you, he'll give you a nickname. I'm not going to go into that unless she wants me to.
Nadia Kominich.
Yes.
I still remember that. Yes. That's what he would call me every single time. Hey, I'm cool with it. Because now whenever people can't pronounce my name, I always say Rhadia, but it sounds like Nadia, just with an R.
Just with an R.
And then people go like, oh, okay. So shout out to Mr. Clark.
My daddy.
Yeah, shout out to Mr. Clark.
So, ladies,
Mm-hmm.
so I want to ask, what have you learned most about being friends for 40 plus years? Nikki, I'll start with you.
What I've learned most about what I think is important in a friendship that we all are living our lives, and we have children and working, and lives, but it's so good when you have your friends are solid at the core, and you don't have to like talk to them every day, and to know that, oh, we're the best of friends, or we're really good friends. It may be some time that goes by, some things that, but when you come back together and you touch base, it's just like you haven't missed out on a day. It's like it was just yesterday. And the fact that we just know each other so well because we have so much history. What do they say? What
What's
what do
under?
they say? What's understood doesn't have to be explained.
Yeah.
That type of thing. I mean, we know where we are with each other. We know how we feel about each other. We're good. You know, and if something is going on, we know that we're just a phone call away. Or we hear wind about something. We're coming. We're gonna find out. We're gonna come to each other, and we're there. You know, we're not gonna it doesn't matter about the timing or whatever. I'm your friend. I love you. That's not going to change.
Dawn, what about you?
Wow. I have to echo Nikki's sentiment a lot behind that. But with you guys, there was never any judgment towards me. I went through school being teased, judged. I was that high yellow girl. They always thought I was stuck up or something crazy. It was always something. I didn't have very many friends, but you guys showed me what that friendship glue and that friendship bond looked like. So I will always remember, always cherish that. There is nothing in the world that I wouldn't do for you ladies. There is not a place that I wouldn't go if you ladies needed me to be there. I would be there. And that's what we share with each other through the years. Despite our life's changes, as we grow, we're going to take different avenues in life, and that's a given.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that has always remained sound and founded has been the friendship that the three of us has had over the course of at least 45 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's unfounded. That's untapped friendship. That's untapped energy. You can't manufacture it. You can't AI generate it. You can't do
That's right.
anything false with it. It's genuine,
Right.
it's true, and it's cherishable. If I could just pack it up and put it in a box, I would do that. I would do that. And I would open that box up anytime anybody has a question about, all right, ain't nobody out here, true people. I'm going to open this box up and show you what true people,
Yeah.
true friendship looks like.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that's the way I feel.
Dawn, you go through life challenges, and showing up for your friends is something that's very important. And, I want to say, Nikki, you definitely showed up for me when my grandmother passed away, and it just wasn't even, you didn't even think about it. You were just like, yep, what do you need? And you just jumped in, and you were able to just take something off of my plate and lighten it. So tell me of a time, Nikki, where you definitely felt the support of us in your life during a difficult time, because we all have those difficult moments.
It would have been when my husband passed away. He passed in 2018, and I was in a bad place, and somehow you heard the news. Rhadia and Dawn heard the news, and Rhadia was just like, you know what? I'm booking a flight. I'm on my way. I'll be there. As soon as I can get my flight booked and get everything in order, I'm there. And Dawn was the same way. She rushed out, and she said, "Let me know that there was anything that I needed for the funeral, the repast, or we needed anything at the house that you know." She was prepared, her and her mother, to fix it and bring it over. So just, that was big, because I didn't, you don't feel like, when my husband was my best friend too. So when he left here, I felt like, I kind of, in a sense, felt like I didn't want to be here either, but you don't think you want people around you. But when Rhadia came, I realized, like, oh my gosh, how much I just, I needed my friend, and she stayed with me, and was checking on me even after she left, because she knew it was going to be hard for me. So yeah, Dawn the same way. Y'all just wonderful. You just let me know you got my back.
Definitely got your back, girl.
All the time. All the time. Yes.
So what do you hope for our future, the next 20, 30 years? We're turning 50 in 2027. What does the future look like for us as friends, and where do you want to see each other 20, 30 years from now?
Girls trips, cruises.
Yes.
Let's take a little flight somewhere. Rio de Janeiro. Let's go see things. Make these new memories as adults, because right now as adults, we still just have our childhood memories. Let's do what we gotta do at this half a century, before this half a century of our lives. As friends, as sisters.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just go ahead and do this travel, as long as the weather is right, because we don't want to have no problems. We don't want no
right.
But I something along those measures. Let's have girls' moments, set times, dates, goals of, okay, every 3 to 6 months, we'll do this, we'll do that, we'll spend a weekend or a week together, whatever the case may be. Make new memories with each other, because it's just us. Our kids is grown.
Yeah.
Well, Nikki still has a little one.
Yes.
Nikki just went back and had a baby,
I can't exclude him. He's a little one, but he's a man at the same token, because he still be like, I need this, mama. I need I told Nikki the other day, I said, he act like he your daddy or something. He just be like, he a man.
He is. But yeah, I would love to see us do, more trips together, and have some experiences, because we got a lot of fun memories from back in the day. I mean, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And even some in between, but mostly when we were kids. But I would love to see us do some fun stuff now as adults,
Get to know each other as adults. We know each other very well as kids.
Right. And we don't have to worry about asking permission. Hey, we're going.
Nah, we ain't gotta ask nobody.
Yeah.
Well, I will say my biggest, definitely, I love travel, so let's do a trip. But also on a personal note, what I hope for you, Nikki, is that I know that you had a really good husband, and he's no longer with us. So I do hope, my biggest hope for you is that you will find love again. Because I just think you are an amazing person, and you're deserving of having somebody love you. And
Thank
that's my biggest hope for you. Dawn, I know you are working on real estate, and
Yes.
you know, I know
Mhm.
you're going to be selling tons and tons of homes. So I hope that, you know, your next step in life is, you know, it's going to be fulfilling. And I know you've even talked about moving away. And so I hope that I want that for you. So I just want nothing but the best for you ladies, because you guys all deserve it. And you all have meant so much to my life just over the last 40 plus years, uh, that I honestly don't know what I would do without you guys. So I'm so blessed for you all to be a part of it. And I'm thankful that you agreed to come on and do the show. So, any last closing words before we say goodbye?
Well, Rhadia, I will say that you inspire me in a lot of ways as well to reach outside the box within myself.
Mhm.
You know, you showed me that um, maybe my parents' fence was wrapped a little too tight and that I should find myself more. So you inspire me in that. And of course, the whole singing thing between the three of us, you know, we went through a lot with that. So that also inspired me. You inspired me in a lot of different ways that I don't know if you know how. Maybe we don't have enough time today to discuss it. Maybe we got a part two, something like that.
Go ahead and
But
see what you got to say, girl. We got time.
we look. What did we talk about last, ladies? What was we talking about? We're like the Golden Girls. Ain't that what we said?
Yes, the Golden Girls
We are
Like
like the Golden Girls.
girlfriends.
and
Yes,
girlfriends.
Golden
Girlfriends.
Yes.
Girls and girlfriends. Yes,
Hmm.
yes. So
Hmm.
between the two of those shows, I think it embodies us to the fullest, and I'm ready for our next chapter. I'm ready for our next chapter.
I love that, Nikki.
Yeah, I'm proud of you guys. I'm one of your biggest fans, both of you guys, and I'm proud of Dawn. I'm when I see her on stage, I just remember coming from the children's choir to the singing in the youth choir at the church, and when she was developing her voice, and doing voice lessons and stuff, and just to see her out on the stage performing it from all those people and just doing it so like it's just second nature to her. It's just amazing. And yeah, I'm very proud of her doing her real estate thing. I think she's gonna be really great at it, selling houses. I really can see that for her. And Rhadia, yes, I'm very proud of you. Look at, your platform and what you're doing, and you're a great chef. You're a great friend, daughter, sister, auntie. You're loyal,
Thank you.
wife. Yes. And you're just a good friend. Both of y'all are good friends. You're honest. You're gonna say what you have to say, but it's all in love.
Absolutely.
And I love both of y'all. I'm always proud of y'all. And everything y'all, any and everything you want to do, I support you.
I love you more. You know I love you more.
Yes, I love
You're
you
the
too.
strongest. Oh my God. Okay. So Nikki has got to be the strongest of us three, I think. Because girlfriend has endured, and I've seen a lot of the endurance that she's gone through throughout our childhood. Because of course, Rhadia, you've always been there, but then through those summer times, or those winter times rather, those seasonal moments that you weren't physically here, there were things that Nikki and I still hung together and experienced together that I saw the strength in her. Um, and she was stronger than me at times when I was thinking I would not be able to deal with that. I broke down after the fact of certain incidents.
Yeah.
But Nikki was still there. It's okay, Dawn. That's all she would say. It's okay. I'm okay. Everything's fine. But she's always been that rock of Gibraltar. That's what it is.
Yep.
Rock of Gibraltar. Shoulders are very broad, and I admire you, Nikki. I admire you for all of that, baby. All of that.
Yeah, and just to piggyback on what you're saying, it made me think of, you two have daughters. I have a son, and Nikki, you also have two sons. But I'm curious, what do you hope your daughters are learning about friendship through us? Dawn, you go first.
That's a deep one because my daughter, she didn't experience the friends that I've had. She didn't experience the friendship bond that we have. She's had friends, and they were friends for years throughout her reasons and seasons. But at some point, those friends turned on her for no reason, and then she found herself without friends. So I hope that my daughter can look at this and see that friendship is family ship. At the end of the day, your friends should be your family. If your family will not turn on you, if your family will not, kick you when you're down or bring out everything bad and use you for what you're great at, that's what I want her to see. That's what
Yeah, I'm sorry, Dawn. I didn't mean to cut you off, but
No, you good.
my daughter, she actually she always looks at my friends and my friendships and how we interact. Like even when we were here together this summer over the when Rhadia was visiting this summer.
A lot of alcohol involved.
She got a chance to see that.
And she just was like, wow, Mom, y'all been friends since y'all were little kids. And like, wow, and y'all still friends. And she just loved our vibe. She just liked how we were it was like, wow. She just was like, those are real friends, Mom. And no, she hasn't been able to have the long lasting and the friendships that I have. But she loves to see it and longs to have those.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Same thing with my daughter, Nikki. She just that generation. I think it got lost somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To do that, how to be.
Yeah.
But then again, it's a whole nother conversation because it
Yeah.
messes up our community in the same token.
Yeah.
Well, ladies,
Yeah.
thank you.
But
go
yeah,
ahead.
we're definitely a good example to our daughters and I think other young women about, what friendship should look like.
Yeah.
Sure. Yes.
Yep.
Well, ladies, thank you so much for coming on the show. You guys have just been such an important part of my life. And I look forward to the next 30, 40, 50 years, and just loving on you guys. So thank you so much for being my best friends forever. And thank you so much for coming on the show. Any closing words?
Oh, thank you.
For being a friend. Travel down
the road and back again. Your heart is true.
Look now, don't sing anymore. I don't want to have to pay any money. Thank you, ladies. Thank you so much for coming on. I will see you guys.
There you go. Come on, here you go.
I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rhadia. I
love you.
Love you.